Good, how are you?
Good. So what brings you in today?
I just have a lot going on. Going through a breakup right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of overwhelming because we live together, so it's been a mess at home.
So how are you handling it?
Trying to keep myself really busy, distracting myself and picking up more clients at work and just trying to be out of the house as much as I can.
So is this something that you both chose, or is it to do, or is there something that precipitated?
I think that we both agreed that it's not a healthy relationship, but this was kind of more, I guess, her choice. It's been like a really unhealthy cycle for a while now. She went out the other night and never came home and was with like other people, so
How'd that make you feel?
I was up all night crying. It made me feel very rejected. Yeah, it wasn't a good feeling at all. I felt like I was doing something wrong, like I wasn't good enough for her to want to come home to, that like she had to go find someone better. Yeah, it wasn't a good feeling. My thoughts are kind of all over the place, sorry.
So with your distracting yourself, do you find that that's helping, or you find that you need to really look into it a little bit more and deal with it more, or is this helping you deal with it?
I think that it's good and bad, but like I have like a fear that if I keep myself too busy and I'm not like around, that she's gonna forget about me. So I have a tendency to like be like pretend that I'm like really stubborn. I'm gonna walk away. Like, oh, you don't want me? Well, then I'll leave. And then like if she doesn't chase after me, I'm like, wait, why aren't I good enough for you to come back? So I've been like keeping myself really busy, and then finding that I'm like so busy that I'm like, well, maybe I'm too busy, and maybe that's why she doesn't want me, because I'm so busy that I'm not around, that like she forgets about me.
So are you thinking that that's what caused the break, or are you thinking that's what she's going to think now that you both decided to break? You're still kind of hoping that it works out? Or is it something that's what you've been afraid of her thinking? Or are you afraid that that's what she's going to think?
Probably both. Like I feel like that's what she's been thinking, because she's been like very interested in like other people. So for a long time, when it started happening, like when she first started cheating on me, I like felt like something was wrong with me, like I wasn't good enough, so she had to find someone else. And then since I like moved down here, and like I've really realized that she has a lot of her own issues that she needs to work on, and that she's not doing what she's doing because something's wrong with me. It's because something's wrong with her, and that she's not happy with herself. So whenever her and I aren't 100%, she goes and looks for like attention from other people, and her hobby is kind of like flirting or getting attention and like having other people make her feel better. So like for a while, sometimes I'm like, well, maybe if I like complimented her more, if I did this more, then she wouldn't need it from other people. But then I realized no matter what I did, she's still like, it's still something like inside of herself. So that's why it probably is good if I leave, but it's really hard. Like every time I'm okay with it, then I like see her because we live together, and it's like last night I cried like all night.
So you're still feeling though, even though you're kind of understanding that a lot of it's her issues, you still are taking a lot of issues on yourself, that there's something wrong, that you could have done something different, or that you're not good enough. I mean, I'm just kind of repeating back what you said, and
Yeah.
just kind of making sure I understand. Do you still kind of feel that way sometimes, or you don't feel like that at all anymore, and you know it's her issues, or do you think it's still something you're not doing? Or
I think that I have like really good insight on the situation, and like I can like analyze it and talk about it, but then when it comes to the actual situation, like I almost feel like the only way I can explain it is I've never met anyone that makes me feel so like alive, like whether it's sadness, happiness, anger, whatever, love, anything, like I've I'm not like an aggressive person, like I'm very nice, but like when she like didn't come home the other night, like I felt like inside of me, like I could not, like I wanted to climb out of my own body. Like I felt like so much sadness and so much anger that I like didn't even know, like I didn't even recognize myself. Like I was just so out of like control. So I think, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I know what needs to be done, and that it, but I don't know. I'm overwhelmed.
No, that's okay, and that's understandable. And being overwhelmed is so overwhelming in itself, just by saying it. But with what you think you should do, I mean, I think what a good idea would be is for you to kind of write down some of the feelings that you have. And then we can look at some ways to change that, and then
Okay.
find some balance. Because I know you're feeling overwhelmed, but you're feeling sad and angry. And you also said you just felt like you weren't good enough, which, you know, is that a...
Like an example of it, like I'm trying to be more aware of like what I'm thinking and make it more positive so that my behavior is different. Like the like on Monday night when she didn't come home until 6 o'clock in the morning. When she was working until 2. She works at a bar, and then I called her. I fell asleep, and I woke up at 4 and realized that she wasn't home. So I was like panicking, and I thought that she had gotten in an accident. That was my first thought, because I wasn't thinking like, oh, she's not coming home today. So I started freaking out, called her phone like a million times, looked up like accident reports and everything, and I was so worried. And then she comes in at 6 o'clock in the morning and tells me that she was with someone else. So then last night she was at work and said that she was going to get home at like 10:30 and didn't show up until 12:30. And like then like I don't know, something that came over me where like just because of what happened recently, I like kept calling her phone. I called like her work and I'm like, I thought you said you're gonna be home at 10:30, and she's like, well, I'm busy, I'm having a drink, and then I'm coming home. And so like then my mind's wandering like, oh, it's because she's like that girl came to visit her at work, and so I'm like trying to like contain my thoughts so that I'm not calling her phone 15 times and looking like a crazy person.
So, well, you're not crazy at all. It's just taking the thoughts that you're having and placing them correctly, because what's happening is, and we can go over that too, and look at where your thoughts are, because it's having an effect on your emotions, and then it's having an effect on why you're calling her more than you normally would, and it's giving you the up and down, angry, sad, all those feelings all at once, because that's how you're feeling. So we kind of maybe want to change the way you're seeing and thinking about the situation, so that maybe you won't be making all those phone calls. Because the only way you're going to stop doing that is to change the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
And maybe
I would like to have more like control over my thoughts, but I feel like so much has happened, and she's like hurt me so much that when like the littlest thing happens, I can't help but like jump to the extreme. So
extreme being what? Conclusion or an action?
like assuming the worst in like every situation. Like even tonight, like randomly I was surprised, like she asked me to like hang out tonight, but I feel like it's only because she wants to go out and she doesn't have a car right now. So I feel like she's almost like using me as a ride. And she's like done that before, like let's go out and like have fun and kind of like relax, and then like we'll go out and like she'll end up like getting so drunk and like being mean to me, and like last weekend she like got so drunk and came home and like smashed all of her pictures like in the house. There was like glass everywhere because she like was swearing at me and took all of the pictures of us off the wall and like shattered all of the pictures and stuff.
And what did you do? What were you doing while this was happening?
I was just crying and I cleaned up all the glass because I knew that she was like too drunk to like do it, and I didn't want my dogs to step on it, so I just cleaned it up.
And do you think this is a healthy relationship?
No, I know that it's not healthy. I feel like I'm stuck too because I moved to Florida and I don't really have anywhere else to go right now, so I'm just trying to like remain civil, and the thing is like I'm trying to like stay busy and keep my mind like off of it, but then like something will happen, like she won't come home from work, and like I can't, like I still like care, so I can't help, like I'll act like